Professor?
Yes.
Hello. One of the students is asking on the group chat if class is happening today. I know that's a weird question. Sorry.
Wait. Say that again.
Nothing. Never mind. I just want to know. Does class start at 7 or 7:10?
You mean the class?
The class. Yes. Sorry.
It's a 7.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry. I just thought I couldn't hear anything. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Listen. Do you get my email? Hello?
I didn't.
No.
You didn't get my email
No.
about the readings for today?
No.
No.
You sent it last week?
Yes, that was like no, that was like Sunday.
Professor, what were the readings? Because I think I got your message. I'm just not totally sure.
There were two things that we were going to do today. We are going to discuss the film that we watched. That was one thing that I reminded you that we were going to discuss these two things: the film and the reading that Cultures of War and Peace, pages 15 to 19, and Wolf.
Oh, that's
Hello? Did you get that?
sorry. I was just saying that I think you put that
Wait.
on Blackboard. That was an announcement on Blackboard. That was Professor.
I sent it by email, and I posted the Blackboard.
Oh, I mean, I only saw the announcement on Blackboard.
Okay.
I didn't get the email, Professor.
Okay.
Professor?
Yes.
Adding on to what Kira said, can you post all the assignments, including the questionnaires, on Blackboard? It's just easier then, because not everybody gets the emails, and even if they do, sometimes it just gets lost because we get like 1,000 emails in a day. So it's just easier if you post the assignments on Blackboard.
Yes, well, that's what I do. I posted on Blackboard, and I also send it by email.
I didn't see the questionnaires on Blackboard. I only see the option to submit the questionnaires. I don't see the actual document.
The questionnaires, I said at the beginning, I'm going to send it to you 3 to 4 days in order that you have the right, the right numbers of days, so you can study. Is that has been a problem?
No, I'm just asking, like, if you can post the document with the questions on Blackboard, like all of them throughout the semester.
That's more I can do that. I mean,
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking.
I can do that, but that's for some people are not good for some of the students. That is my experience is that's why I changed it like this. You know, for me it's good to post them there, and I don't have to be sending you and remaining you about the next readings to be discussed. But that's not good for students, for some of the students at least. But if you say, all of you agree that you want me to send it, let's say for a month, I can do that. And that's easier for me. It's much easier. I don't have to take in time to fight the 410 or 4 days to be doing that. Think it, okay? Think it. And if there is someone who wants to do it, the next time we meet, we take the decision. And meanwhile, I'm going to send you the let's say the questionnaire and the questionnaire and the readings in advance for the month. Right. Next month I can do that.
Professor,
Yes.
there's only one questionnaire, but it says like from, I think it says from a certain date. But the thing is that if we wanted to upload a document, since there's like what 3 or 4 assignments, it would be like all in one. I think she was saying like to make it so that there's like a submission or questionnaire for like each one.
Okay. If you agree with that, that's I don't have problem with that. Okay. Is there anyone who had problem with?
No, not at all. I think that'll be beneficial to have it on Blackboard so we can all go back to it when we, can.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Let me say this. I made a link so you have, if you can input, you can submit your questionnaires. It's only for that, the questionnaires. Of course, you want the questionnaire before to be able to have access to before you answer the questions. The point of this is that you answer the question and you collect the questionnaires, and every month you brings the questionnaires, submit the questionnaire. That means from, let's say, from day one to the end of the month, all of the questionnaires that you send it upon that month. You submit at the end of the month. That's one thing. it is a different thing that you want the questionnaire to have access,
Yeah.
right? To have access to you, to you have access to the questionnaire without me having to send it any, I don't know, every week. Is that's correct, right?
You know who he sound like?
You never know, they could hear me. This is outside be tweaking.
You're on mute.
This is me.
Oh, you're on mute. That
It
looks
doesn't
like
matter. They should be tweaking.
Sasha, your mic.
You see?
Wait, what
Sorry. God, it's my mic.
Oh. Okay, so if none of you has opposition to that, I oppose to that, then we can do it like that. Okay?
Professor.
Yes.
I don't want to take up any time. I was just wanted to ask. I have an engagement at 7:30. I was wondering if I could leave class at that time. If you want me to stay, that's I can work. That's fine. I was just wondering if it would be possible to somebody wants me to attend a town hall meeting that they invited me to for some candidates for New York City Council. I want to anyway. Yeah.
Are you saying that you have to leave the class? Is that
I'm saying I don't like have to, but I would appreciate if I could have permission to do that. It's fine if you say no. I was just like I don't want to force your hand or anything.
No, it depends. You don't need to do that every day, right? Every time.
Oh no, it's just a one-time thing.
Okay, no, yes, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody? I'm going to post to post the questionnaire at Blackboard, and if there's some people who don't like that, well, hold on a second. Okay, anybody else who want to say something?
I just have a quick question.
Okay.
Where were we supposed to access the wolf reading? I'm pretty sure it was like 101 to 115 for today.
I didn't I send you the readings?
I didn't
Yeah,
receive anything.
he sent it via email like in the first week. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's better if you post the readings, if you're gonna send them the readings and the assignments on Blackboard so everyone can access them.
Yeah, I don't receive your emails at all.
But it was posted on Blackboard.
It's not on Blackboard.
It's not on Blackboard.
No, nothing. No, just where you can submit the questionnaire and a few announcements, and that's it.
On the course materials.
Under
No,
course
there's
materials
only
is
the-
just a syllabus and a few announcements, and that's it.
Okay, probably there was a.
maybe screen share so he could see. I don't know.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
No, because it seems like, I don't know, maybe you're not understanding. So I was saying maybe if we screen share or somebody screen share to show you that how Blackboard looks on our end, and then we don't see what you see, you know, if that makes sense.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
If I cannot, if I didn't post it Blackboard the readings, all the readings that are necessary. If I failure in that one day, that's something very rare. I'm going to if we're going to do what you proposed, do it on Monday, put on for the month. I'm and even for the semester, I don't have a problem with that. I'm going to do that, and what we are going to do with Wolf is to I will send you next time we discuss Wolf. I'm going to revise the syllabus, and I'm going to send you a revised syllabus on Thursday or Friday. Okay, anybody else want to say something? Okay. Yes.
Well, I just wanted to say I can't wait for class to start. I mean, like for the teaching to start. I mean, never mind.
Okay. Okay, so let's start the film, the discussion of the film. What do you think about the film, the power of an illusion?
I thought it was interesting. Hi, this is Kira. I thought the study of African American skulls and bones in relation to eugenics and other things like that. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah, phrenology. Thank you for that. I thought that part of the film was very interesting. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. I thought it was interesting to just, see the study and like what they thought was like an acceptable way to try to classify different things and sort of make sense of the differences between white and Black people and other races.
Okay, that's Kira, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else? Anthony. Yes, go ahead. Anthony Cumberbatch. Christian Sanchez.
I can go, Professor.
Okay, go ahead.
Stephanie.
Stephanie Rivera. Okay, go ahead.
I thought it was interesting that you can look completely different from someone and have a lot of more similarities to them than to anyone who you do look like.
Okay. Who else?
May I take a stab at this, Professor?
Yes, go ahead.
It struck me as an hour-long way of saying that color is only skin deep, which I'm pretty sure is a sentence that they say at least once or twice in the presentation itself. There are some, it does have more nuance to it than that, but it feels like it. And to quote the old Jewish saying, the rest is commentary.
Okay. Who else?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I thought it was pretty cool that they got to see like the similarities and test like the gene pool amongst like high school students just to get like younger people to understand like that even though like you could look like someone mentioned like you could look totally different from someone but still have like similarities and such in terms of race and all of that.
Okay, Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else? Alenia Reynoso. What do you think?
Oh, I can go.
Okay, Dora, go ahead.
Yeah, so I thought it was I just remember like when they were talking about the athletes and how when um African American athletes were outperforming the white races, it just seemed counter to whatever um science they had in terms of like what um the inferior race is supposed to be like. So that was like interesting of how they had to like shift the dynamic of like, oh wait, they can be faster, but it's because of this. It's not because they're better.
Okay. Who else?
I could say something.
Go ahead.
This is Benjamin, and I thought it was really, I guess the best word for it is disturbing. The fact that in order to reinforce the ideas of racism, especially during a specific time period, they tried to use science, I guess you could say. Like there was support of a study to see like what makes African Americans and Latinos inferior to um, Europeans when that's actually not the case. And they tried so hard to push that study when in all actuality it was just false even to begin with. It was almost to try like justify racism.
Who else?
Yeah, to add on, I feel like it was a little bit interesting how they use like I guess modern science to like decode like genetic puzzles of like DNA or whatnot, or like what makes up human variations, and like how like skin color really is only like skin deep. Like I don't know, I found it interesting how like what Benjamin said, how they were, I don't want to say pressing it, but you know, they were trying to justify it.
Fuck. What? The fuck? What?
Somebody's unmuted.
Kira, mute yourself.
I think I can go, Professor.
Yes, go ahead.
I thought it was very interesting how, like, in the beginning of the documentary, they talk about animal species like penguins or fruit flies, that they have more variations than humans. So I thought it was very interesting to know, although they all look the same to me.
Who else?
Hi, Elenia Reynoso. So yeah, I agree with everyone else. I think race is human invented, and the film showed us that. I think it's just made to categorize people into different social groups. And it's just funny how we all think that by our looks, we come from the same place. So like having curly hair, being dark skinned, light skinned, or etc.
Okay. Who else?
This is Bobby. So I thought this tiny detail that was interesting was that they try to classify everyone by like official 35 or 36 skin tones, but then some of them don't even fit in any of those. So it's kind of weird how they trying to officialize something when there's outliers of that officialized thing.
Okay. What can I say? Who else?
I'll go. Do you want to go or?
I'll go first. This is Fatu. I just found it interesting in the film how they mentioned that race was basically formed into like a systematic thing, but once they did that experiment, the students started guessing who they might not be as related to based on looks. But once they did the DNA sequencing, genetic sequencing, they was more like similar to each other based off the people who they thought they might be different with. And once they started looking around the world, they started seeing that they was basically related in the sequencing to people all around the world as well. And they were surprised. So I found that part was pretty interesting.
Who else?
Okay. I was gonna say how like I know I'm coming from like a modern viewpoint, but it's just like it's really hard to understand the obsession with skin color historically because like obviously it's like a very visible thing. It's one of the first things you notice on a person, the color of their skin. But like it's just like why is that the baseline for somebody's like you know somebody's value, their status in society, their status in front of God, you know? It's just really weird to me. Like, you know, if you have dark skin, you know, God made you to be of a lower status, to be inferior. If you have light skin, you know, he made you to be, you know, higher and like rule over those people with dark skin. It's just weird to me. Like I can understand it, but still, it's just like it's really bizarre.
Who else?
Professor, adding on to what Falak said, it's also interesting to see how that plays a part in like the class structure, because if you don't look a certain way that society deems is worthy of respect or like fortune, fame, popularity, things like that, then you won't get up in life, like you won't progress.
Okay, who else? Anybody else?
Professor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Fozzie. I agree with what everyone has said. I just wanted to add on. I think it was interesting how, like at the beginning, they said there's no like single gene that controls your race. You know, like it's like really complicated. There are like multiple genes for different things. Like there's some genes that control your skin pigmentation or your hair color, eye color, all those things. And so there's multiple genes at it, and so it's so complicated that you can't just you know genetic engineer a race. you know um yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
I also wanted to like
Voila.
talk about like colorism, where it's like because of like the history of like you know how race is perceived, it's just like you have like you know people of color, people who aren't you know like of light skin, whatever their ethnicity is. It's like they feel like because they have dark skin, like it's like internalized you know racism. Like they feel the need to like cover their skin and make it lighter. And I was reading this article about colorism, and like in some places like India, for example, there's like $1 billion industry dedicated to like skin bleaching, so you're to making your skin lighter. And it's incredibly sad. And it's like that in places like South America and Asia, where you know you had centuries of colonialism. It's just really sad to be ashamed of your own skin color.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else? Let me see. Sasha Hernandez.
Here, sir. I agree with what they said. There was something that I liked in the film that I think in how really it was saying that basically sometime with race strength and ways we can perceive like we can identify people with their strength and how they look and stuff like that. And it reminded me of a film that I used to watch. I don't know the name of it, but they were saying that a certain race it was known to like having more strength than other race. I don't know. I'm going based on that. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
George, what do you think?
He said he was having trouble with his audio.
Yeah, his audio is not working well.
Oh, okay. Who else? Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. At the end of the film, one of the scientists say that we constructed race and we can overcome race, get rid of race and racism. What do you think about that?
Professor?
Yes.
This is an issue that has come up in my African American philosophy class. The idea that people would want to eliminate a difference in race, and the question that strikes me is, what happens to, like, for example, African American culture or South American culture, and does all these cultures get eliminated and swept up into a melting pot to lose all individuality? Does it become something that we these demographics cease to be proud of? How do you contend with the combination of races? Because I think people should be proud of where they come from, and how do you balance that with where you want to go? Anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. Who wants to say something about that?
I think even within certain cultures, there still is racism. Like even in the Hispanic culture, you have racism against darker skin. Like there's like a saying that's called mejorando la raza, which I think means making the race better. Like so there's still racism even in cultures. I think yeah, that's it.
Okay, what's your name?
It's Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie. Okay. Who else? What do you think? Can we overcome the racism? And what do you think?
Could I speak? This is Arthur. Overcoming racism is probably going to be really hard to do because the system itself has racism in it, and to like not be racist, you'd have to fix the main system, and I don't think that's going to be changed for very long time. Even if there's policies to be placed to stop the racism, there's always some way people will try to like break through them.
This is Fatu. I
Okay.
would like I would like to say the way we can overcome racism, I feel like is a taught thing. If but then again, history is all out in the open, is all there. But then again, it is a taught thing because if you see children as when they're younger, um, they don't see racism. They don't see color like differences between people. I feel like it's a taught thing. I don't know how we can overcome it, but I feel like it is taught.
To add on to what Plata was saying, sorry if I mispronounced that, but there was once a study about Barbies. But basically, they noticed how most Barbies were made light skinned, and that's why you now see darker skinned ones. So basically, like they were putting in these children's eyes that lighter skin is more beautiful than darker, which is messed up.
Okay. Who else?
I think like race is a social construct, and I think that like we've through history we've overcome people have overcome several social constructs, but like I don't know, it's just like so ingrained, like race in general is just so ingrained within society. Our history is just, it's like hard to imagine a future without race being, you know, without acknowledging race. It's just hard to imagine that. But I think, maybe I think it's a maybe if in the future we forget about race and we just focus on ethnicity, which is an actual thing. It's like actually biological. Ethnicity is like real, and race is just it's BS. It's an illusion. But like I think it'll still be there because there are people, unfortunately, even if there are like a few bad apples, it makes like the whole batch. The poison spreads, and then you get more people like throughout the generations. You will still have people that are racist, and they will spread their poison to the next generation. So I think it's a maybe. Who knows? Sorry for my pessimism. For my
Okay. Who else?
This is Stefan. I want to agree with what she said because things like segregation in America and like colonialism didn't really end that long ago. So people who were lived through those things are still around. So they are still spreading like these ideas around to the other generations. And as they spread it, it gets spread even more. And until like people can overcome those thoughts, it won't really have a chance of ending.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else?
I could go.
Go ahead.
This is Benjamin. Going off of what Stefan had said, I definitely do agree that racism is a mindset, and as long as it's reinforced in our society, and unless it's definitely going to take effort and it's definitely going to take time, but I agree with what the scientist said in the film, which is racism is something that as a society we have constructed, but if we constructed it, we can definitely break it apart. It's like every single individual has to make that effort and be responsible and push forward to ending racism. But I really do believe that it's a mindset, and if people are able to overcome that mindset, then it will no longer exist.
Okay. Who else? Anybody else? Okay. Let me say two things. In order for us to get to know whether we can overcome or not, or how difficult it's going to be, I think that we have to take into consideration the story of ideologies. And racism is an ideology. If we know how the ideology of race was elaborated historically, then we have the idea of if it is possible to change. The ideologies, any ideology, and there are different, of course, type of ideologies, are created in a historical process in which two or more groups come together in a power relationship, a relationship for power, in which one want to exercise power over the other, want to enslave, want to control, want to you name it. All the forms of exercising ideology, exercising power. Sorry. Now, what does that mean? When I say processes, I mean people that come together in a power relationship. The first thing that they have to do is to erase any idea of equality. If you are such a good people, as a person as I am, if you are as beautiful as I am, if you are, if your God as real as my God is, if you if you are as beautiful as I am, intelligent as I am, what gives me the what gives me, what rationalize my enslaving you? What do I have that is superior to you if you have the same the social that defines socially, you and I, we are the same. What gives me the consent to enslave you, to exploit you? No. We are not going to we cannot justify that. We have to erase the idea of equality. If I have the right to enslave you because I am more powerful than you are, I am more beautiful than you are, and I'm more intelligent than you are. That gives me the right to enslave you, to control you. And it is in those processes that the ideology of racism take place. The first time, and I think we went over this, I'm not sure. The first time that the term race was used against the Irish people. I think we talk about this, the Irish people. And do you
Yep.
know what?
No, I said yeah.
We talk about that, right? So it is from the how do you say, from the color of their of their the color of their race are not in quotation mark. You know, their races are not different. They both are British and Irish are the same. They look much the same. But the idea of a racial inequality, the racial, the Irish race, to separate it because that in some way they have to do that. They have to do that. I was telling my students, my first class, that when I graduated from high school in the Dominican Republic, I went to Europe. And I was going, I said to my parents who want me to go to college, I'm not going to college, I'm going to go to what are you going to do? I'm going to go to travel, to know the world. I want to go to Europe, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Asia, to East Asia, at least. And I did that, and I ended up in a park in Spain, in Madrid, without sufficient money to eat. And I met a guy. There was an economic crisis in Europe at the time, and this guy who was an engineer, and he was also there. Because he was laid off of his jobs, and he had a lot of problems. And he's talking to me, and he said to me, if you want to stay for a few days, more days, well, they send you money from your country, and go to Romania. I said, Romania? He said, yeah, the food in that place is good, abundant and good. It's cheap. That's what he said. It's cheap, very cheap. And it was true that it was very cheap. That part was true. And I went to Romania, to Bucharest, and the first week, the first Saturday that I was there, I met, as soon as I arrived there, students, university students from Latin America who were studying in Romania. And they invited me to go to Transylvania, where the legend of Dracula born. And I went with the group, and we ended up in a bar, a kind of bar. And in that bar, there were two young women who were sitting in a table, and they were looking towards our table, and I thought they were looking at me, and one of them came, and we were 11 students from Latin America and a translator and myself. And this woman came, and she asked me something in Romanian. Romanian is a Latin language. She said derived from Latin, the same as Spanish and Portuguese. But the point is this, that I'm there and she come and she says, ask a question, and I look at the translator, and the translator says, she wants to know if she can touch your hand. And I said, yes, okay. And she came and she said, she touched my hand. She said, how Jeffrey Moss in Romania. Jeffrey Moss in Spanish, qué hermoso, how beautiful. When I went back to Bucharest, I went to a alimentara, what they call alimentara, it's a kind of supermarket. And I brought what I needed. And the young woman that was serving the cashiers, when she gave me the how much I used the column of how much I have to pay, she wrote her telephone number so I can call her. And I said, why is that these women find the only Black person in that thousands of square kilometer was me. And the Romanians, when they see something, when they see me or any African descendants, they don't have Black people. I don't know now, but then they have Black students. Some of the people who were that I met. Hold on a second. Let me meet this. Why this? I had a girlfriend there, and she used to say, "In this country, you are a diamond," and it was true. Now the point is, why do you think that you can say, you would say, would think that Romanians were not racist because of that? But they were as racist as they could get. The only difference was that racism was target the other groups, the gypsies, especially the gypsies and the Jewish. Right? That's the difference. Why? Because it is with those groups that they have a historical relationship where they have to they have to justify that why they oppress or persecute these people, not the Africans. And then it is in those processes that the racist ideologies are created. And it is in those processes, but on the other way, that is going to be overcome. One example, I can give you two, but let's discuss one example. The young people who participate in the protest of take the taking of Wall Street, right? These young people have in common one thing. They were graduated from universities and from colleges, and they were white, they were African descendants, African Americans, they were Latinos, they were Asiatic, they were fighting, of course, not only in the United States, but also in Europe. All Europeans were on this, all youth people around the world were on the streets. In that process, the mistake that was a mass organization. That was a mass. There were tens of thousands of people at one point in the streets, and these people came together, but they made a mistake. When I went there to make a presentation about political economy, and and I told them at the end, a lot of professors from different colleges and universities, and even from different states other than New York, when I told them, listen, if you don't create a political group different to those two, what is going to happen is that this movement is going to die. It's going to at the end, it's not going to succeed. You're going to lose the momentum. And that's the reason for that was that everywhere in Asia, in Europe, in this movement came to an end, and they lost. They lost, except in Spain, who they created a movement that is in power, is in power today, and in Greece, where Syriza won in the elections, and they have been able to make better their life, because it is from political power that the policy of concentration of the earth, of the resources by a minority, or the distribution among the people, the middle class that is disappearing in the United States. That if it is like that, you need a political organization. But the point is this, that those people, they put on the side their differences, and they struggle together, and they confront in some occasion the police repression together, right? And it is in that process that the racism is going to be overcome. It is in that process, in a social unity, the people. The same thing happened with Obama. Obama didn't do nothing much for the youth or anybody else, but he created a situation where the youth went and say, we have to vote for this guy. People the young people, many young people who voted for Bush, I'm sorry, Bush is a politician, a Dominican politician, who voted for Trump. Before that, they voted for Obama, because they are looking for in a good way or in a bad way. In a good way, from my perspective, is that they become not only allies of the one of the other groups, right? And overcome. Forget about that. Forget about that, because in that process you get to know the other, and you depends on the other, right? And you put your racist ideology on the side. It is this that I'm going to pursue. So I think that it is possible, and the possibility, it is exactly how it was created. It was going to end in the social processes of reintegration and coming together, different groups. Okay, is there anyone who want to say something?
Professor?
Yes.
Are you trying to say that racism only manifests as explicit malice when against minorities that the oppressors have an interconnected history with, and that for minorities that the oppressors don't have an interconnected history with, it only manifests as, shall we say, dehumanizing curiosity?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my notes.
No, what I'm saying is that the formation, the creation of racism is the result of a social process in which the creation of races was necessary in order to justify the why I'm going to enslave you, why I'm going to control you, why, and then it is like that. There's not a doubt about that. This ideology play two things: justify the justification of the oppression of the others, of the other, by the individuals who are going to do that, I'm going to oppress, and I'm going to oppress these people who are Christians, who has to justify for themselves that why they have the right to enslave these people, and the other things is to get the people to consent to their oppression, to consent, to come to the conclusion, if these people control us, it is because they indeed are more powerful, more beautiful. Their God is on their side. They are, all these kind of things are created socially, in a social process. If you take two boys, two girls, that are two children that are born in mountains, disassociated from society. Let's say they could be one black and another white, the other Oriental, and the other white or African American of black. They are going to grow up looking at themselves. That one has the eyes in this way, the other is going to is obscure, like the different to the white guy, etc. But they are not going to problematize that. They are not going to develop idea that my skin color is more beautiful than yours. They are not going to think that they are better in any reason than the others. They are not going to do that because that is created in society. It is in the social practice that is created in the school, in the house, in the streets. It is like that. It is social. It is the prejudices and racism are put on motion. It is society itself, the mass media, the films, many tools of ideological domination. And that's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that the word race, sorry, that the creation of racism racism was created for the sake of controlling others, of controlling and oppressing others.
In historical relation of power.
It strikes me as a
racism.
It strikes me as a chicken or the egg sort of thing, where which came first, racism or oppression, which came to justify the other. But thank you for telling me which was the chicken and which was the egg. Wait, what? Never mind. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. It seems like hard to say which came first in the historical pantheon. It seems almost arbitrary. Like you know the chicken or the egg, the saying about the chicken or the egg, like which came first. There's no way to.
Yes. Yes.
I can add on to that.
Go ahead.
I think humans have been oppressing each other for the entirety of every like history, but oppression used race as a tool. So oppression has been longer.
Listen, oppression has different expression, right? Oppression has different oppression, different expression, and it didn't take. It's not the same forms of oppression. When we talk the first class society, the first target of that was the oppression of men against women. Why? Because after the first agricultural revolution, the men was people were able to create a surplus to get more than what they needed, and the idea of taking away that surplus appeared, and the idea of to make sure who his children, the idea by men to make sure who his children were. Before that, women have a freedom, and they didn't have, and then men and women, men continue having that freedom, but they have the origin of the family came appear as a result of that process. When men now, I have to close women in a one man, one woman, force that in order to know exactly who is going to be who is going to inherit my will. That's came, and then came the development, another process of the slave society, and later came the other form, the feudal form of control and after that, of course, capitalism. And what I'm saying is that oppression came than any particular forms of oppression. It was there. It was there after the first class society appeared. The Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the Enlightenment thinker, said in one of his books, he said, the first person who took a piece fence, a piece of who put a fence around a earth and said, "This is mine," was the true founder of civil society, means the government. Today, civil society is something different, totally different. Everything that is not part of government today is part of civil society in any society. And but back then, in the 18th, 19th century, the civil society means a government. And what he's saying is that this person that became a private owners of the land that he took, then this guy will have to give way to a government in order, because government is that the formation of government has to be with the division of people in different classes and the appearance of enslavement and things like that. So I think what I'm saying is that those social processes are the ones that that create the racism in the particular case. And it is a social system of unity of different groups that is going to get rid of the idea of race and racism. Indeed, a scientist are saying that in the next several dozens of thousands of years, hundreds of years, the humans are going to be mixed, totally mixed. They say that it's going to be much taller, and they're going to have red eyes. They have a larger intelligence, a larger brain, and they're going to have red eyes in order to defend themselves from the going to evolved to defend themselves from all the damage that we are doing today to nature, even the sun. Okay, is there anyone who wants to say something else? Okay, how many more minutes we have? Oh, we finished. Okay. what we are going to do, I'm going to do what we said, what we agree that I'm going to do. And the next time we meet, we are going to do, and we can do that, the both Hernandez Cultural War and Peace, and 1 and 2, okay? I'm going to write you about that. Okay, have a good night and keep yourself healthy. And
Good night, Professor.
Good night, Professor.
Bye.
Bye, Professor.
Good night, Professor.
And then
Night.